conflict is easing, but the residue is still in the room. You can feel it in the way you pause before you text, in the way you read what they said, in the way you almost answer, then don't. Five of Swords reversed. This card is about ending the fight, and that matters here because somebody is tired of winning and losing at the same time. Five of Swords reversed shows the point where the last sharp words stop paying rent. You sent the cutting text, you got the last word, and then what? Silence, regret, a weird little ache where the victory was supposed to feel good. I'm seeing a pattern of repair, not revenge. Actually, no, let me rephrase that. This is not about pretending nothing happened. It's about stopping the scorekeeping. If you know you were sharp, say that. If you know you pushed too far, own it. Five of Swords, reverse says peace is available, but only if you stop treating apology like defeat. You do not have to keep reopening the same argument just to prove your point one more time. Seven of Wands reversed. This card is about lowered defenses, and that matters because you are not in full fight mode anymore. Seven of Wands reversed shows the moment where your body is done standing guard. You are too tired to explain yourself again. Too tired to defend the same boundary with the same force. Too tired to keep proving you meant what you said. Wait. Do not confuse exhaustion with clarity. Seven of Wands reversed can look like surrender, but sometimes it is just burnout. You stopped replying because you had nothing left. You let the boundary slide because arguing felt heavier than the problem. That is the trap. Not every pause is peace. Not every quiet is healing. You knew this already. Six of Swords reversed. This card is about stalled movement, and it shows why the past still has a hand on your shoulder. Six of Swords reversed says you have not fully left the mental shoreline. You may have packed up emotionally, then unpacked again. You may have told yourself you were done, then check their profile anyway. You may have moved on in theory, but not in practice. This is unfinished business, not always with the person. Sometimes with the story, sometimes with the version of you that still wants a cleaner ending than what actually happened. Six of Swords reversed asks you to name the thing that keeps pulling you back. The message thread. The memory, the old fight, the need to understand why it ended like that. And here is the thing, you do not need a perfect closure scene. You need one small exit step. Delete the thread. Mute the account. Stop rereading the same sentence like it will turn into a different sentence. Because the emotional aftermath is still shaping your choices, and if you keep circling it, you stay there. So for Scorpio on August 3rd, the move is simple. Drop the war. Rest before you react. Admit where pride got loud. But do not romanticize the pain just because it feels familiar. Peace is here, but the old loop is still trying to call you back. August 3rd, Scorpio. I'm seeing the pattern tighten, not explode. That matters. Five of Swords reversed. This card is about the fight ending, but not because somebody won. It's because somebody finally got tired of keeping score. You sent the last sharp text. Or you drafted it, stared at it, and deleted it. That matters more than the argument itself. The move now is repair, not performance, not proving you were right. If you keep reopening the same fight, you're not protecting your dignity. You're feeding the bruise. 6 of Pentacles. This card is about exchange, and I mean actual exchange. Not one person carrying everything. Not one person always paying, always listening, always forgiving, always covering the gap. Look at what you gave last time. Emotional labor, a ride, a favor, a second chance. Then look at what came back. If it was silence, guilt, or a half apology, that's not balance. That's leakage. Ask for the thing directly. If you need help, say it plain. If you keep overgiving to keep the peace, you're not being generous. You're buying temporary relief. 7 of Wands reversed. This card is exhaustion. Real exhaustion, the kind where you stop answering because explaining yourself one more time feels impossible. You let something slide because you do not have the energy to defend the boundary again. Actually, no, let me rephrase that. This is not about being chill. It's about being worn down. If you've been acting like every little push needs a response, you're going to burn out fast. Pick the battle. Drop the rest. Rest before you react. Don't confuse collapse with peace. 6 of Swords reversed. This card is the part where you say you moved on, but your hands keep reaching back. You checked the profile, you reread the thread, you told yourself it was the last time, then you went back again. That is unfinished business. Not failure, not weakness, unfinished. There's mental baggage here, and it is slowing every clean exit. Hold on. The exit does not have to be dramatic. It can be one small step. One mute, one deleted bookmark, one decision not to reopen the wound tonight. You do not need a perfect closure story to stop circling the same pain. So the moment is this: stop fighting to win. Start checking what the exchange really costs. Stop defending every inch when you are already drained. And stop pretending you have fully left something that still has your attention. For Scorpio, this is not about drama. Drama, it's about leverage. Where are you still paying for peace with your own energy? Where are you still confusing apology with defeat? Where are you still half in, half out? Because leaving completely feels too final. Don't lie to yourself. The loop is visible now. The next move is not louder. It is cleaner. I'm seeing Scorpio, and I'm seeing the middle of the fight. Not the explosion, the part after. The part where somebody still has your number, still has your attention, still has access to your nervous system. 5 of Swords reversed. This card is about the argument finally losing its power. 5 of Swords reversed says the need to win is getting tired. You already sent the sharp text. You already replayed the conversation in your head for 3 nights. Now, the question is simple. Do you want to be right, or do you want the damage to stop? And because the pride part is loud, but it is not helping you sleep. 6 of Pentacles. This card is showing support, but it has to be real support. 6 of Pentacles is not you overgiving, so nobody can say you were selfish. It is not you paying, listening, fixing, and then acting surprised when you feel empty. Look at what flows both ways. Who checks on you when you are not useful? Who gives back without you begging? If you need help, ask for it cleanly. If you are giving, give without erasing yourself. Keep the exchange visible. Queen of Cups reversed. This card is where the feelings get too big and the boundaries get too soft. Queen of Cups reversed can make every text feel loaded and every silence feel like a verdict. Wait. That is not always intuition. Sometimes that is anxiety wearing intuition's clothes. You cried after the conversation, then checked your phone, then checked it again. That is the pattern. So pause before you act. Name what you feel. Then separate what is yours from what everybody else dumped on you. 7 of Wands reversed. This card is exhausted defense. 7 of Wands reversed is the moment you stop arguing because you are too tired to explain yourself one more time. Actually, no, let me rephrase that. It is not always peace. Sometimes it is burnout. Sometimes you let the boundary slide because you do not have the energy to hold it with both hands. Rest first. Then decide what matters. Do not confuse collapse with surrender. 6 of Swords, reversed. This card is the part where moving on looks good in theory, but your mind keeps circling back. 6 of Swords, reversed, shows unfinished business. You said you were done, but you checked the profile. You told yourself you were over it, but you reopened the message thread. The body may be ready to leave before the mind does. So name the pull, name the habit. Take one small exit step, even if the closure is incomplete. Scorpio, this moment is not asking you to force a clean ending. It is asking you to stop feeding the loop. There is support here, but you have to receive it without shame. There is peace available, but not if you keep picking the scab. Drop the scorekeeping, protect your energy, ask for what you need. And if all you can do today is stop one more round of the same fight, that still counts. August 3rd for Scorpio. The cycle is not ending through force. It is ending through a softer opening. 5 of Swords reversed. This card is about the moment somebody stops trying to win the fight. 5 of Swords reversed shows the text that does not come back sharp. It shows the apology after the last cutting message. You stop keeping score, or you are about to. Actually, no, you are not being weak here. You are choosing repair over pride. 6 of Pentacles. This card asks who has been giving and who has been taking. Six of Pentacles is the build, the favor, the emotional labor, the late night listening, and the question of whether it ever came back to you. You know this already. If you have been overgiving to keep peace, that stops here. Ask for what you need. Let the exchange get real. Queen of Cups reversed. This card shows emotional flooding, not emotional truth. Queen of Cups reversed is the phone in your hand at midnight, checking for reassurance, letting someone else's mood spill into your whole nervous system. Separate feeling from fact. Name what is yours before you act. Do not absorb everybody else's crisis and call it love. Page of Cups. This card brings the soft message. Page of Cups is the awkward apology text, the honest opening, the small tender thing that interrupts the pattern. I'm seeing a heart that wants to speak, but does not know how to say it cleanly. Let it be imperfect. Let it be sincere. Do not mock the softness just because it is new. Seven of Wands reversed. This card is exhaustion. Seven of Wands reversed is the moment you stop fighting every boundary like it is a war. You are tired of explaining yourself. You are tired of proving you deserve space. Let me rephrase that. Rest before you react. Choose the battle that matters. Do not collapse just because your defenses are worn out. Six of Swords reversed. This card shows the part where moving on is not clean yet. Six of Swords reversed is checking the profile again after promising yourself you would not. It is packing up emotionally, then unpacking again. Actually, no, you have not fully left the loop. Something still pulls you back. Name it. Do one small exit step. Do not pretend you are over it if your hands keep reaching for the past. So the turning point is this. A softer message enters a tired situation. A real opening interrupts the old fight, not a victory, not a clean break. Just enough honesty to stop the bleed. Scorpio, you are being asked to repair what can be repaired, receive what is actually offered, and stop mistaking exhaustion for peace. Hold on. This is where the soft thing lands in the middle of the mess. Five of Swords reversed. You stop trying to win the argument. That matters. Five of Swords reversed is the moment you do not send the last cutting text. You do not reopen the fight just to prove you were right. You let the pride drop even if it stings. And I need to say this plainly because Scorpio knows how to hold a grudge like a receipt. Repair is the move now, not scoreboard energy. Six of Pentacles, the exchange has to get honest. Six of Pentacles is asking who keeps giving, who keeps taking, and who keeps pretending that imbalance is love. You are not here to overgive so somebody stays. You are not here to accept scraps and call it fairness. Ask for what you need. Say it clean. If the bills, the time, the care, or the emotional labor have been all on you, that pattern is loud now. Actually, no, it has been loud. You just got tired of hearing it. Queen of Cups reversed. The feelings are running hot and the boundaries are thin. Queen of Cups reverse shows you checking your phone for reassurance, absorbing somebody else's mood, and then calling it intuition. It is not intuition if your nervous system is flooding. Separate the facts from the panic. Name what you feel before you act. Protect your energy before you pour it into somebody else's crisis. About that. Page of Cups. And then right in the middle of all that comes a softer message. Page of Cups is the unexpected apology text. The awkward, honest message, the little opening that says, maybe we can talk like humans again. This is not big. It does not need to be big. It just needs to be real. A small, sincere reach can interrupt a whole cycle if you let it. Softness gets in where force keeps failing. Five of Cups reversed. The grief is not gone, but it is moving. Five of Cups reversed is you deleting the thread, looking up, and realizing one loss did not erase everything that remained. There is still something standing. There is still support near you. There is still life happening while you were stuck staring at what broke. Do not force yourself to be over it. Just stop punishing yourself for what ended. Seven of Wands reversed. You are tired of defending every boundary like it is a court case. Seven of Wands reversed is the exhaustion where you stop explaining yourself for the 10th time. It can look like peace. It can also look like burnout. So pay attention. If you are letting something slide because you are too drained to fight, that is not the same as true surrender. Rest first, then decide what matters. Six of Swords reversed, and here is the part that keeps pulling at your sleeve. Six of Swords reversed says the move on is not clean yet. You are still checking, still remembering, still half packed and half back in the old pain. Do not pretend you are already free if you keep circling the same profile, the same story, the same wound. One small exit step is enough for now. Closure may be incomplete, but the cycle can still loosen. Scorpio, August 3rd. Hold on. This is the chapter where the fight you were tired of carrying in this starts getting tired too. Not because nobody cared, because everybody is worn out from trying to be right. Five of Swords reversed. This card is about the argument finally losing its grip. The Five of Swords reversed shows the part where you stop sending the last sharp text just to prove a point. You stop replaying the same fight in your head like it still needs a winner. Actually, no, it's not about surrendering your truth. It's about dropping the need to score one more hit when the damage is already done. Six of Pentacles. This card is about the exchange. The Six of Pentacles shows what support looks like when it's fair, and where it stopped feeling fair back, and I'm seeing someone who kept showing up with money, time, or emotional labor, then got resentful because nothing came back clean. You asked for fairness, but you kept accepting scraps and calling it generosity. Stop kidding yourself. If the bills were split unevenly, the feelings were too. Queen of Cups reversed. This card is about emotional overflow. The Queen of Cups reversed is the one crying after the conversation ends, checking the phone again and absorbing everybody else's mood like it is your job. The same flooded boundary we met in wait. That is not intuition every time. Sometimes it is just anxiety dressed up as sensitivity. You need a boundary before you need another explanation. Name what you feel, then pause. Don't make a decision while you are flooded. Page of Cups, this card brings the soft message. The Page of Cups is the unexpected apology text, the awkward honest message, the little opening that says, I still care, but I do not know how to say it cleanly, like the soft message breaking through, and this is not big drama. It is a small, sincere reach. Maybe you want to answer. Maybe you want to be kinder than you were before. Let it be simple. Let tenderness lead for once. Five of Cups reversed. This card is the turn toward recovery. The Five of Cups reversed shows you finally looking up and noticing what is still standing, which is what remains after the grief lifts and the old threat gets deleted. The room feels less haunted. You do not forget what happened, but you stop punishing yourself like the loss erased everything good. There is support here. There is still life here. You already knew this, but you needed the grief to loosen first. Seven of Wands reversed. This card is exhaustion. The Seven of Wands reversed is the moment you are too drained to defend every boundary with force. You stop explaining yourself for the fifth time. You stop arguing just to prove you can hold your ground. But be careful. Exhaustion can look like peace. It is not always peace. Sometimes you are just too tired to keep saying no. Six of Swords reversed. This card is the stuck part. The Six of Swords reverse shows the unfinished business still pulling at your mind. You say you moved on, but then you check the profile. You say it is over, but you keep unpacking the same pain. Let me rephrase that. You are not failing, you are still carrying mental baggage. Closure may not come neat. It may come in pieces. Take one small exit step anyway. So this is the message. Grief is loosening. Boundaries are getting clearer. Repair is looking more realistic than performance, not winning. Repair. Not the loud text, the honest one. Not the victory. The bridge? Okay. That's all I've got for now. If this hit, you already know what to do. Please subscribe. Tell your group chat. I'll see y'all soon.